Proxy Table Gaming, PTG, Lucky Sixes, Hyper G. Here we are. Battle report for you and me.
Yes, and this starts our Celtic League journey,
Mm, yes,
which we're both
wonderful.
happy to
Thank
get
you
into.
to Mr. Ninth Age, Ed, for welcoming us into the world of the Celtic League.
Yes,
Um, I love that his Discord name is like the deity. That's just, yes, we worship you.
we do, we do.
Yeah, love it. If he didn't
Um,
want me to share his Discord name on the internet and for the
Tough.
world to see,
Yeah,
then too late.
tough. We might
Yeah.
worship you like a god, but
Uh,
you're not secret.
no.
Um, right. Anyway, on to the game itself, and so the Celtic League works in there's lots of people in lots of mini groups, and
Mhm.
you for a month, which constitutes as two games, you have
Groups
a
of three,
list,
isn't it? Yeah.
yeah,
You
and then
play
you can
both
change a
people in the
list
group.
and things like that. I
Mm.
I have a list I've got for my next tournament, but it's only 3,000 points, so it's not the same. So I thought I'd mix it up. I played Warriors in my last game. I've got a tournament coming up, which I won't I won't say the army just yet.
Ooh.
And yeah, so I thought let's go back to my last one I did, which in the Highborns, and see how this has changed since January,
Yeah.
really, and see
Yeah,
what
because
the
you were them in
differences
the
are.
Masters Open, weren't you? You did all right there
Yeah,
as well. Second, wasn't it? To
second,
Matty
yeah,
P,
yeah. Well,
the Masters Open
yeah,
champion.
that's just fair, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
My highborn list is here, and I'll take us away so that anybody wants to pause and take a look, you can.
They can. Yeah. You've almost done a Terry here. There's just two of everything, nearly, kind of. But
Yes. So, yeah, in terms of two chariots and two initiates of the fiery heart, the little mini
mm.
dragons, I've got also the Master Economy Tower with Scroll of the Pearl Throne, which again completely forgot about. So that's something that's good, isn't it? So.
Well, game
But
of
I don't know
remembering.
whether it's going to come up. But yeah, that's interesting. But he gets a few spells and 4 up, 4 up. I've got
Okay.
the Fleet Officer on Sky Sloop, which I'm having a bit of fun with playing around. I've tanked him up somewhat as well, so he's got a 2 up and 5 up in terms of saves. My BSB Queen's Companion, giving the unit accurate, and has Obsidian Rock, which again would be super useful to remember. Really, in the
That's
terms
why I
of
don't
battle.
take that item.
Yeah. But it also has the old bow of Elu, or Elu's bow, Elu's Heartwood, is now called Cadaron's. Cadaron's taken it on board.
I mean,
But
I
yeah,
don't know what
so
Elu did to upset people, but Cadaron's
I
new
know.
in town.
Absolutely. A big unit of 40 citizen spears with Navigate's Banner, which I
That's
really
big.
like as a staple.
That's incredible.
15.
But yeah,
Yeah.
40 in an elite highborn elf. Wow.
Yeah, man. 15 Seaguard as support, a bit of extra shooting and scoring. Then some Reavers as one of my only chaff, actually, in this, which is interesting. 19 Queen's Guard and Banner of Becalming, which I did remember.
Three.
And they are what I tend to focus my list all around, really. I don't
Yeah.
often change from Queen's Guard. I love them to bits. So yeah, as I said, the two initiates and the two chariots as well. Catclaw and Rory.
Yeah.
He's
Love
a
it.
drinker.
Has he got his potion with him this time around there? Because it isn't really a requirement in this tournament. I suppose it's on Warhall, isn't it? So
No, yeah, yeah. So I get, but
yeah, you can have your
Orcs
potion.
and Goblins. This is Rob Cousins, who I was playing. I haven't seen or
Love Rob.
played for a long time as well, so it was awesome to catch up. And
Yeah.
we had a really fun game as well. So he has a shaman. Not much in the way of characters, just a big shaman with
hmm
paired weapons. Destiny's cool. Brood Alpha BSB on a grunter, going in the one of the marauders.
Yeah.
With basically he's got 3 up, 5 up. He's got 2 units of marauders, 1 unit of feral bows, a unit of reavers, goblin reavers, big unit of iron orcs, big unit of feral orc head bashers, a
Yeah.
great green idol, a giant, and 2 chariots.
I like Rob's lists. He's a no messing kind of guy.
Yeah,
You know,
very much
there's
so.
there's nothing fancy about this. This is just gonna come at you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like it.
Um, We played Hidden Agendas and Spearheads,
Okay.
so your secondary is the primary, basically.
Yep.
And I got Demonstrate Superiority, so it meant that his most expensive scoring units, those 2 big blocks, I needed to kill, which are arguably my hardest bit to kill, because I'm all about shooting and really a bit of avoidance as well. He got Commit to Battle, so he needed to come at me and stay in my breakthrough, basically breakthrough.
That's what the Orcs want.
It's perfect, yeah.
Yeah. Default setting. Love it.
Yeah, very much so. So this was deployment, and this was
Nice.
after
Bit of
our
Frozen.
Vanguard. Yes. Well, Rob had never seen it before, so I thought, well, let's change it up. Obviously, Warhall comes with different settings, and he was very impressed.
Beautiful.
So we stuck to the, I think it's called Icy Tundra or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, so in terms of me, and this is after the Spearhead Vanguard as well. He chose the center. I actually chose the left side and then put everything on my right side. So arguably I've chosen wrong, but yeah. On the left side, I've got my Sky Sloop and Initiate, and the orange counter on that Initiate signifies that he's the missile dragon. Yeah. So he's got Molten Copper and Pyro Flow. Then I've got a Lion Chariot, that is Rory. He's a drinker. Then we've got the Illyrian Reavers, the Queen's Guard with the buff dragon behind him. The 40 spears, 7 wide, so they get a lot of ranks and a lot of attack.
You and your 7 wide.
Yeah, I'm quite liking that with spears.
You're fighting the trend, don't you?
I mean, they have like 28 attacks that way because of fighting extra rank and stuff like that. We've got Catclaw in support with the Sea Guard on my flank. He's got a Great Green Idol on the left side. Again, I think I dropped for first because I had the option to, and I'd like not to think about anything else. Yes. He's got Great Green Idol, Lion Chariot, the BSB Marauders over there, the Iron Orcs dead center. You can hardly see them, but the Feral Orcs in the woods there with the bows. You've got some Goblin Reavers vanguarded up, a Lion Chariot, a big unit, Feral Orcs, Ed Bashers, then the Marauders, and a Giant to finish. Whew, there we go.
Yeah, well done. Good game.
Yeah, good game. See you later. This is my turn, and it's a bit of a half crescent, I'd say. I moved forward with the
work in progress
spears on the right side, but the others just didn't need to move at all. They're shooting and stuff. The Reavers just get a bit scared and come back basically behind Catclaw.
We're not ready to die yet.
Yeah, they're my only chaff. I need to protect them really, the guys just move up like so. I get Pyroflow as I think my only spell of this turn, and it kills 3 of the Marauders, so that's going to help.
I think
Sloop,
the Marauders struggle with range damage.
Yeah. The Sloop, though, goes out of his 4 attacks, does or 4 shots, does 3 wounds to the Lion Chariot. It is AP3, so it's got a good chance, but it's only Strength 5 versus Strength 5, so that was a good return, and leaving that Chariot on 1 wound is always nice.
Very much so.
I shoot thusly. The Queen's Guard go absolutely to town on that big unit of ferals, taking them down to 30-ish. But my Sea Guard still warming up and only kill 1 Reaver there. So there you go. Then, turn 1. Wow, baby!
Brilliant.
So, Rob,
that's what you do.
Yeah, Rob saw. So the reason this was because all of these were out of range, unless he ward, which I'm very surprised I completely forgot about, because I remembered it.
Forgot about it last battle. Yeah.
So, but all of these needed a 6 to get in, and obviously
with the double swift, ride or double swift ride,
swift ride, double swift ride. And I was like, you know what? If he gets in with any of those,
you're in trouble.
I'm dead. So I just fled. Basically, he did both of them into the Initiate. I fled, so he redirected both of them into Rory, and he fled as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a wise move on your part because you can just rally and reset. You haven't lost anything from having those further back.
Yeah.
He's now lost his war cry. I mean, yeah, you possibly shouldn't have allowed him to trigger it, but at the same time, now he hasn't got it to trigger. So
Yeah, so
was it genius actually on
maybe
your
it
part?
was. Maybe it
Yeah.
was, and I did it on
Unless they
purpose.
don't
And we'll
rally and they
say,
go off the board, in
yeah.
which case
I
you're a
mean,
loser.
Catclaw did run. Sorry, Rory did run as well.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And luckily
Yeah.
for me, the Great Green Idol didn't get in as well, leaving actually a pretty good flank over there for my sloop to sort
Mm,
of move around and do whatever he wants to. We've got
yeah.
Orcs and Goblins turn 1 movement, so he just basically marches forward with everything else.
Hmm.
So yeah, there's that. He hasn't got the Stalker Standard on the Feral Orcs on the right. I think he's got it
Okay.
on the Iron Orcs. So he takes a few DTs, but it's not much to manage. But the Giant does get a bit angry by stubbing his toe on something over
I
there
mean,
as well.
everyone hates stubbing their toe. It's the worst in
Yeah.
the world.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
he's doing what his objective wants and moving forward pretty aggressively. Over here, and this is where the Obsidian Rock really would have helped, remember. But regardless of that, what is this? The number 1 spell, Swarm of Insects, does
What?
6 wounds to my to my
That's
Queen's Guard.
hilarious.
And suddenly my range advantage is depleting quite a lot. And I'm like, what? It was awesome. It was so funny.
Question. Did Rob play this off as completely normal? Like nothing special to
No,
see
no,
here?
no. No, we were both
Oh,
laughing. We
I can
laughed our
imagine
heads
Rob
off.
just
Yeah,
being
yeah.
completely
I was
deadpan
like,
about
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, killed 6. Yeah,
6.
remove him.
Few more than average.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was very funny. It was very funny to see this little insect swarm killing more than I killed of him.
Wow.
So we go on to my turn, and I always do this with my shooty sloop. I
mean,
decide,
usually you're accusing me of doing this, so yeah.
I know. I get very excited because I've got a flank and an overrun out of the GGI's arc, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's just too juicy to do.
Too
Now,
juicy.
like the Herald previously, I don't rate him in combat whatsoever. However,
No,
I'm
but
going to
you
do
did
one
give me
wound.
more armor.
I'm going to do
Yeah.
one wound to this Iron Orc chariot, and then I go into the
Uh-huh.
flank of Marauders, and the BSB's on the other side. It just seems too tempting, and I do it. Let's go.
Okay.
And he gets
Right.
in, thankfully. It was only, I needed to do like 3 on Swift Ride or something, but yeah. This
Yeah.
is the rest of the movement, and around the right side, I just kind of like move around.
Redeploy?
I redeploy, move around, and I couldn't quite get the dragon. You know that sort of triangle bit between the Sea Guard and the Spears?
Yeah.
I couldn't quite get the dragon in
Yeah.
there, so it ended up like that. But I'm just moving around that side and sort of moving actually quite a bit back as well.
Mm-hmm.
In Magic, I get Whispers of the Veil off on those darned Reavers for my Sea Guard to have a go at, and the Flaming Swords off on my Queen's Guard to have a little look around at what they can shoot as well. So a good phase of buffing. Rory decides this isn't a battle for him. He's had the Warcry was too scary, and like any good drunk man, he just falls off the cliff and dies.
What's interesting about that particular gift that you've got? Is there a cop in the background who's drawing a gun?
I don't know.
I mean,
Well,
how is that related
possibly.
to the guy running?
Yeah, there you go.
It just anyway. Yeah, I'm more intrigued by that than I am the battle now. Sorry.
We'll move on. And thankfully, I do the one wound on the chariot.
You do,
and I
well done.
do into the side of these Marauders.
Okay.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah,
That's good
that's
couple of
amazing.
100 points.
Mm.
My initiate does rally as well, and is in a good place actually. It means that I think I moved more, so he can't charge me again with anything. But although they are now in combat, I guess. This is his movement. His Great Green Idol turns round to say, "Come on, I'm going to come after you." And his Iron Orcs start joining the right side, which is turning into one big clusterfuck.
Corner. Yeah.
Yeah, oh god. This is what you have to deal with when you corner. People come to your corner. So there.
Especially when their objective is to come to your corner.
Come to your corner, yeah. The Reavers move up to be annoying, and everything else just marches up a reasonable amount. Not like full, but enough to cause me some thoughts. The Sky Sloop.
Right.
Impact hits and a couple of attacks from the commander do 5 wounds in total. He doesn't do anything back. I think
Does he
I
run?
because of the flank and stuff. He ends up running,
I
and
was going to say.
because I'll go back a sec. Because of decimated or something, the unit dies, but the BSB is there, and I have a bit of a I'm an eye on whether to go after him, get his points, because the Great Green Idol is there, and he's
Yeah, yeah.
gonna do it. But
He's a big boy.
although arguably it's his turn next, isn't it? My turn next. So I definitely
Yeah,
should
it
have.
would be. Yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely should have. I didn't actually, and it turns out. Oh no, I think he got away. No, I think he just got away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That makes more sense. And I decided not to then charge him and move around, like you can see here with everything. Basically, the Great Green Idol, I've now put that icon through Warhall, which is very nice to see his line of sight. And those two will never be in their line of sight if I can help it. Now, but they are getting a bit closer, so they can help support through charges or whatever. Otherwise, my Reavers decide now's the time to be very honourable and go right in front of the Iron Orcs and stop that happening. And we have a bit of a talk about his Reavers, and my spears march right up to it to minimise what can actually charge them in the first place. Okay. So, Catclaw gets a bit trigger happy and goes after the Marauders there. But
that is
not too bothered by that. And I think if I can have a good turn of impact, it's all on the impact hits always. But if I can have a good turn, then maybe that'll go well.
I suppose like we said in the last one, because he's the only unit in combat, their attacks back are a bit limited. If there was another combat going on, then that I would not favour that at all.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
I have a decent magic phase again as well. I get Favour of Melodis off and Living Steel on the chariot, so that's going to help him with his attacks. I with Queen's Guard help the sloop kills the BSB.
Amazing.
So it was the right call in the end, I think. And shooting the Sea Guard go into the giant.
Shoot the toe of the giant.
I should say last turn they didn't do a single wound to these Reavers, even with Whispers of the Veil. So there you go.
Love it.
But they've warmed up now and they've done a few wounds to the giant, blinding him in one eye. Over here, Catclaw does 3 wounds overall. The lions completely missed. The actual lions themselves, which didn't help. And I think I got 3 on the impact hits or something. But yeah, overall, it's not too bad. I took 2 wounds, but I regenerated 1, if you like, through the favour. And we ended up drawing combat, and then we can carry on, which isn't the best. I wanted to at least make him test, but it wasn't to be today.
I suppose you weren't really planning on like powering through and then using your chariot for anything afterwards. This is very much a slow people down and force me to deal with the chariot before they get to my line sort of thing.
Very much so. He charges his lion chariot, not lion chariot, his iron orc chariot into my guys who don't want any piece of that. They don't have stand and shoot anyway, so that wasn't a thing. And they run off. You can see the iron orcs have gone in there. The giant has gone into Catclaw and has taken an extra wound, stubbed his other toe there. And this is what it looks like after all the other movement. He's just moving forward very tentatively. His Reavers are in a better chaffing position to allow other things to go as well. So, really coming in on me. Over here, I do 2 wounds, but that is all. And Catclaw is... he's only got 1 left, I think, as well, that giant. So I was close to killing him, which would have been great. But
now he's just very angry.
Absolutely. He overruns into the side of the board edge and turns, as you do.
That's nice now. Yeah.
And this is onto my movement and where I've ended up. My guys on the top left again just follow that arc, and just as the green idol moves up, they follow him side by side and can't be seen, as is the way with light troops.
Where'd they go?
I don't have too much in the way to do over with my spears. I just try and get as much as I can in the front and as far away from the Iron Orcs as possible, while my dragon comes up to breathe fire and hopefully flame the rest of the giant into dust.
Mm-hmm.
This is shooting. Oh, this is Pyroflow, and the flame does indeed kill the giant.
Although it does mean you're now vulnerable to the counter charge from the cavalry unit.
It does.
Yeah.
Over here, he charges his Iron Orc chariots this way, around the thing, and it was a bit of a weird. I had to turn to him at the end, but it didn't matter. I do 2 wounds and standard shoot though, which was pretty good. And I'm like, oh, I've got spears. I might, if I get lucky, a couple of lucky 6s.
A couple of lucky 6s.
I'm like, okay. He goes in, obviously, here and double buffs them. So while I thought I might have a chance with being at 2 combats and with all the buffs, not looking as likely for the dragon. And indeed, while he does kill 2, so it helps out there, he does die. Only 5 wounds at 3 up armor, so I think all the armor was gone, actually, in the end.
Did you not have much board room left to flee with, essentially?
I didn't flee.
I know, but no, I meant flee the charge.
Oh, okay, I see. I think actually, in terms of center to center, I would have gone off the board. If you can see that,
fair enough.
I'm right on the edge.
I mean, I mean, even if you couldn't have saved his life, I was thinking maybe flee anyway, just so he hasn't got an extra one in combat. But yeah, the chariot doesn't gain a lot from it anyway. So
he killed 2, so I don't mind too much. And over here, after combat, he killed like 6 on the impact hits. And I was like, that's probably my chance. But I get 1, so not quite. But we have a chance. There is a chance.
There's always a chance.
Ooh.
No.
Over here, my Sky Sloop, again, is not content just shooting on my turn. It wants to charge the rear of these Feral Orcs that have been redacted. It's got his Shaman in as well, so that would always help. He chooses to flee, and because of that, he actually chaffs his own Iron Orcs. He rolls enough to go that far. So I was very happy with that. And rather than just run forwards, which I should have done, I decided, you know what, this Great Green Idol's one for the taking as well. Let's go into the rear of him.
That was the one thing you were trying not to do.
I know, but it does. This is like my 5, so it takes him out of the battle. So I was like, you know what, that's fine.
Okay.
The Pyro Dragon just comes up to help, knowing that the Sky Sloop is convincingly got the Great Green Idol completely handled up there. And I move forward like so.
And your spears charge the Reavers now, finally.
And my spears charge the Reavers, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to get up there, knowing that the Iron Orcs can't get them, I feel pretty happy where I am there. I get Favour of Melodosov as well, which is always going to help things. And I go in, I do 0 wounds and take 3. That's not. That's not.
I mean, I have very little to say to you about
that. I know. I got crazy and was itching. My Queensguard rally, which is fantastic.
Oh, good.
At this point, and turn to face this way and turn to face the currently shaken the Feral Orcs, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, the Sea Guard don't do the final wound and get completely mushed, as you would expect by the Iron Orc chariot.
And those spears have now found themselves nicely surrounded.
Yeah, because while killing the Reavers, he chooses not to charge straight away, and this is what it looks like at the end of the Orc turn. Yes, that is every single flank. Now my spears and I have officially run out of chaff. What will I do?
Never had much anyway.
No, I know.
I have faith. They'll get themselves out of this. Don't you worry, boys and girls.
I go over to the sloop.
That's fine. We knew that was going to happen. We all knew that was going to happen.
There wasn't any tension.
No.
Anything. He just died. But he did a good job. He killed 2 units and the BSB. So he got his points back.
That he shouldn't have lost. Yeah, sure.
Over to here. And I charge the ferals that are in the ruins, so I will take some DTs for going in there. I also charge the ferals that are rallied. So do it with the Queen's Guard, but also the dragon in the rear for a bit of extra combat res. Knowing that the Queen's Guard are actually pretty good in combat. They're not. They're offensive, defensive 6, strength 4, AP 1, basic with spears. They're actually pretty good. So I'm hoping, and as you can see there might be a juicy overrun. So that's my big gambit to save the spears from utter obliviation.
I reckon they're gonna. Yeah. I reckon they're going to do all right against the ferals they're charging anyway. So that was what I thought he'd go for. So,
over here I get a Favourite Melodist and Living Steel off, which is just a really nice spell. Now that we've lost that extra +1 to hit, it's a really nice spell to have in your locker to buff them up a bit. And going in here, the plan works. Hooray!
You're throwing away your Queen's Guard, but yay!
I'm throwing away the Queen's Guard, although they're in the flank, and again the general isn't on this side. So BSB, I mean, no, the BSB's not in there. No, there's no characters. So they only have 1 attack each, even if they are paired weapons because of the height thing and restrictions. So it's not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah. Okay.
I go over.
Yeah. See, I knew you got that handled.
Absolutely, and I went to town on these guys.
Yeah.
And they didn't do too much in the way
all
back
dead before they struck. Yeah.
And I overrun, catch them. Happy days. This is just absolutely panning out for me. He takes a last ditch charge at me over here, and in his turn, this is after combat on this side, which is great. Survived. Happy days.
Yeah.
I am decimated. Well, in terms of the points, half unit. And over here, I killed the chariot because it only had 1, and I got one of my lucky 6s. And we stick. Turn around.
And you're going to take out those cavalry as well.
Well, I would if we had any more time. But this is how the battle ends on the last turn. And
so the Queen's Guard kept half their points. Brilliant.
Yeah, they kept half the points. Crucially, also, the Iron Orcs are not in the objective. So while what was my one? What was my objective?
I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. What are you trying to do?
I got my objective, basically, whatever it was.
You just said you got it.
Yes. I killed one of the big units.
Yes. Yeah.
So because I killed one of the units and he wasn't in my deployment zone, I got the objective as well, which was just really good. So we had a really fun game. This is how it ended up. So I picked it on points. And the objective swung the battle for a very flattering score, I think.
Well, it was 4 points, wasn't it? It was hidden agendas, so yeah.
Yeah. So really happy with that, and a really fun game, and nice to get a win under the belt to start this Celtic League, which means there's no pressure for the rest of any other battles in there.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it works with the 3 people in the league. I mean, I'm sure there is a rule for it, but I'm curious as to how it will look next time round for who goes up or who goes down and how it's redone. I mean, like I say, I'm sure there's rules for it, but because I mean, I've got a match to come in the Celtic League next week, so opening my account. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So loads more to come in terms of that. We've got that's just confirming the objective win. Lots. We've got I'm going to Reading in a couple of weeks as well. I think by the time this comes out next week, I think. Very looking forward to that. That should be some fun games, which is all based around killing stuff. So
it is.
That's nice.
Yeah. Speaking of killing stuff, I couldn't come because my wife is on a hen party weekend. How rude! Couldn't come to the tournament. So,
and the hen party is killing. No, I don't know.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah. Killing the town red? No, I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Yes, so sorry, Ben. Couldn't come, but I would have liked to have done. I will be supporting Lucky Sixes fully in his attempt to not avoid combat like he normally does. No, that's not true. You don't. But especially with a Sky Sloop.
Yes, I know, yeah. Even my avoidance thing, I can't avoid. Anyway, lots to look forward to in the future. We've got some Essence of War stuff coming up also, as well as, of course, RimWorld, which is carrying on and doing great. Some fun stuff going on in there. But until next time, whatever shape or form that is. See you later.